We have a savings annuity, and the question says that Gray is saving for retirement by depositing $515 each month into a savings annuity with a rate of 4.8% compounded monthly. How much will Gray have when he retires in 30 years? Okay, so I'm going to underline the numbers here. We have 515, that's how much he's depositing. We have 4.8%, which is an annual interest rate. It is compounded monthly. And then we have 30 years. Okay, so for savings annuities like this, we have our formula up here. And all we need to do for this problem is just plug in. I think the formula is already solved for us, so we have to make sure we get our calculator work correctly. So let's label our stuff. A is the accumulated value. We don't know that. That's what we want to find out. How much money does he have at the end of 30 years? D is the amount of each deposit, and in this case it is 515. N, we'll do R. R is the rate. Now remember, for the rate, we have to use a decimal in our formula. So 4.8% is 0.048. And then N is the number of times compounded per year. And we are compounding monthly. How many months in a year? 12. Okay, so we have everything we need to plug into the formula. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm going to use a little internet magic here. All right. First, my D. Let's plug in the D. So instead of D, my deposit is 515. Then R, I have two R's. And that is going to be 0.048. And then this R down here is also 0.048. All right, the letter N. We have three N's. N is the 12. It's the number of times compounded per year. So this N is going to be 12. This N is going to be 12. And this N is going to be 12. And then the last number is T right here. And oh, I forgot to put down T. T is the time in years. How many years do we have? 30. So that's going to go right here. All right, now we have a calculator problem. Let's go get our calculator. All right, and normally if I had a lot of space, I would work from inside. I would work steps, but since I don't have a lot of space, I'm going to work from inside to out, following that order of operations. Let's do parentheses first. So I see right here that I have 0.048 divided by 12. And that is 0.004. And then the same thing here. Same calculation inside the parentheses is 0.004. All right, next thing, inside these parentheses, I have 1 plus 0.004. And that gives me 1.004. So parentheses are done. Let's look at this exponent. I have 12 times 30. Let me get my calculator. 12 times 30. I should know that in my head. That's 360. So that's going to go right here. All right, and now I have 1.004 to the power of 360. And I'm going to use this button right here, the little top hat. So 1.004 to the power of 360 equals, and that is going to give me 4.208589926. Okay, I'm just going to leave this number in my calculator, and I'm going to hit -1, And what it's going to do there, it's going to take your previous answer minus 1, and that's going to give you this number here, 3.2085899926. All right, and then I'm going to multiply the top together. Keep that number in your calculator and just hit times 515, and it will give you your answer times 515. All right, my calculator gives me this, 1652.423812. Keep that number in your calculator and hit divided by 0.004. Okay, so it's going to look like this. It's going to say ANS divided by, and you could put a 0 in there, 0.004. Okay, and here's our accumulated value. It is going to be 413,105.9529. This is money, so they're going to ask us to round to the nearest cent, which is going to be this place right here, this 5. So I look to the right. The 2 tells me that I stay. 4 or 5 or more, raise the score. 4 or less, let it rest. So here is my answer. All right, 30 years from now, you have $413,105.95. Will that be enough to live on? Who knows?